Hello again, YouTube friends. John here from Part-Time Comics, here to talk about another one of our inspirational books for the soon-to-be-released, or maybe out as the time you're reading this, but Drumsticks of Doom. Wanted to talk a little bit more about some of the books that I've enjoyed, some of my all-time favorites, and they just happen to coincide with a project that we have coming out very soon on Kickstarter. So I thought we would talk about another one. This is Moonhead and the Music Machine, 2014, from Nobrow Press, and Andrew Ray did the entire thing. I have to be honest, I have not followed Andrew's career too closely. I've seen him, he works for the New Yorker and has done some other publication work, but I have not followed much of his comics work, and that is my loss. I just kind of lost track of him. This is a book that's definitely stuck with me since I've read it almost 10 years ago now. A little bit after Dan and I first worked on the first anthology with a bunch of other awesome creators, this is another one that I wanted to highlight because it just, again, makes me want to make music-themed comics, and really helped kick off Anthology 2 and 3, which came out around the same time. So yeah, this was a huge inspiration for me around that time. Just such a great book, recommended by the amazing 11 O'Clock Comics podcast. I believe this was Vince B. Who recommended this, as a lot of us who followed that show can attest. You know, he recommends some really cool off-your-radar books, so I wanted to highlight this one, even though, again, it's almost 10 years old. I still think it's a book that never got as much love as it deserved, and you should track down a copy, and I hope to tell you why. So again, Andrew Ray does everything in here, coloring, letters. Heck, you might have even done the credits page for all I know. But I'll flip through a couple pages real fast here. You see this awesome opening here. I don't want to read you the whole book, but you want to flip through this part. This awesome moon on the earth. And where does it end up? But yeah, was it here the whole time? Was it a dream? Is that what his head does at night while he sleeps? Yeah, this is Joey Moonhead. Just a young kid in every way. As we'll explain here, again, I won't flip through every page for you, but as you'll see here, hopefully I can find the credit page. There it is. Sorry about that, not the most exciting reading, but here, meet Joey Moonhead, a normal kid in every way except one. He has a moon for a head. So similar to Doom Boy, another huge inspirational book for me, something that I just really enjoyed. The theme, the topic, the art, everything, the colors. Moonhead is the same. You know, he's a normal kid, even though he's got a moon for a head, he gets picked on. He doesn't know where he fits in, he's not real confident. But they never really explain exactly where it comes from. There's a couple other fantastical elements of this book, just like, again, to reference Doom Boy. And again, Andrew doesn't really overdo it. He's not going into the background of, you know, the planet and where it came from. Some of it even seems like he might have just kind of went with the flow of the story, you know, just kind of went page to page with what he felt like he was doing. I haven't seen anything to prove that, but it definitely feels and reads like that, and there's certainly nothing wrong with that. Kind of letting the story take you where it wants. I'm going to try to adjust this to the light here. Sorry about that. We'll get some better lighting for some future episodes, so. But yeah, this is just a book I wanted to highlight. There is music at its theme, so I'll try to flip forward here a little bit so I can show you some of the awesome music pages here. Maybe I should, with a longer book like this, I'll try to mark it out in the future. But yeah, you just have awesome pages like this. There's plenty of pages like this where you just, yeah, here's a great one. Again, this is a very hard theme to have in comics. Something, you know, you see in comics like Love and Rockets, again, Doom Boy, and now books like this. Very difficult to capture music. And we see Moonhead many different expressions as he plays guitar here. Getting a little excited, knocking over his amp. You know, here's him listening to music. You just really get a lot of emotion from the pages. Sound even, you know. Here's some some cool records that he's going through. You could probably get a feel for what the records might be about. Kind of have music kind of playing in your head that comes to mind. That's really cool. Some of them, obviously, there's an homage there, so it may tip you off to kind of a certain direction that he's going with that. But hopefully we get to talk about more on here. Let me know what you all think. Again, I won't spoil the end of this book, but again, really cool, awesome, illustration. I mean, alone. I mean, obviously you're just looking at the art if you're not really able to read the pages as I'm flipping real quick. The story definitely holds up with the art. It's just a fun, lighthearted, cool book, unique, and I just wanted to highlight it here. Here's another one of those. They're making this instrument out of this red peep here, so here's another great page. So maybe we'll end it there. But yeah, again, you hear some music in the background here, probably about the same time-ish. He fell in love with the artist St. Vincent, found her through a collaboration with David Byrne. Love This Giant was the name of the album, and just loved her voice, her musicianship. She's definitely a huge influence again in the book, and an artist that I listen to very, very regularly. Don't like every one of her songs, but love every one of her songs. One of those silly esoteric sayings, but I'm glad they all exist, and everything that she does, I think, plays together as a whole. She's an artist that I would compare to this book. Just lighthearted and takes risks and does a lot of fun things, and an insane amount of talent, which you see here again with Mr. Andrew Ray for Moonhead and the Music Machine. Again, I know we didn't get too in-depth in the story, and I don't think you always need to. Again, he's just a young boy trying to find his way, and how music plays into that is a lot of what Moonhead and the Music Machine is all about. And hopefully we can convey that too in our upcoming book, Drumsticks of Doom, which will be coming out very soon on Kickstarter. So I appreciate y'all. Again, pick up this book any way you can pick it up, preferably from your local comic shop if you can find a copy. Again, it's almost 10 years old, but I bet you they'll be able to order it, find it. Nobrow may even have some in stock through their site as well. So that is Moonhead and the Music Machine. And thanks everybody for tuning in. And check out and follow Drumsticks of Doom on Kickstarter. Take care, everybody.